What's up YouTube, Jacob here, and today I'm going to reveal 3 powerful weight loss tips that you really need to know about. Specifically, today you're going to learn how to increase the amount of available fat that you can burn in the training that you're already doing. You will also learn how to increase the fat burning efficiency of your cells, as well as how to leverage the Lion protocol for better results. It worked really well during the 5 weeks BellyProof experiment, going from this lovable chub to a six-pack. And why 4 years later I'm still getting emails like this, or like this, or like this. Now, I assume you're already training hard and eating well, and you're probably seeing some results. But what if I told you that with a few small adjustments to what you're already doing, you could be doing like way better? Sounds good? Keep watching. Okay, I'm mentally ready, I'm pumped up, I want to lose weight. What do I do? We are often told that the only thing that matters for weight loss is a calorie deficit, and that the only way to achieve that is to eat less and train more. Right? Well, not quite. My first tip for you is to make sure that you're losing the right thing. You know when you're trying to hit your fat burning zone, so either by running or by cardio or by lifting 3 sets of 4, 4 sets of 8, etc. Well, there's a problem because fat burning comes second, not first. Why? Because you have to break fat before you burn it. Pause the video for a second and go to Google and type lipolysis definition and fat oxidation definition. You know, just so you don't think I'm making it up. In simple terms, lipolysis means fat breaking, lipolysis, the process of taking triglycerides and breaking them into glycerol and free fatty acids. Then, and only then, you can take those free fatty acids and oxidize them in what we call fat burning. That means you have to work both aerobically and anaerobically, or with oxygen and without oxygen. And you might be wondering, what happens when you just, go ahead and burn fat but don't take the steps to break it? Well, does this sound familiar? You just run a lot, you lose a lot of weight, you go on holiday, and then you put it back on in like 2 days of eating, feeling guilty AF. If that happened to you or to someone you know, the first step is you don't need to feel guilty. You haven't gained much body fat, same as you haven't lost much body fat. It's just water. And this is exactly what happens when you don't break fat. If you don't break fat, your body can't use it. So it uses glycogen instead. Glycogen binds up to 4 times its own mass in water. So that means for every 100 grams of glycogen you burn, you potentially lose 500 grams of weight or a pound of weight, which is technically weight loss because you lose weight, but it's not fat. That's why I say make sure you target the right thing, because I'm sure that you're not training hard so that you can lose water. So let's fix it. To lose fat, you have to break it first. A practical way to do it is by hitting different intensities and different muscle fiber types. Now, not like the muscles in your abs or your biceps or your chest. I mean muscle fiber types like type 1, type 2A and the highly anaerobic type 2B. The great news is that even if you don't know exactly what you're doing, you can still do better by mixing your intensities, and that's easy. If you love your cardio and you're running, instead of just running for 30 minutes, which is a great way to lose water, make sure you also sprint every now and again, hitting explosive intensities that would force you to work anaerobically. If you're lifting weights or doing calisthenics, instead of just going 3 sets of 10, 4 sets of 8, or whatever sets and rep scheme you are using, make sure you're mixing in some highly anaerobic contractions, like super slow eccentrics or very fast explosive movements. Make no mistake, there are both basic and advanced ways to do it which can get you better results. But today we're covering the basics, which you should be familiar with if you're trying to lose weight. But I will be sharing some links at the end of the video, so if you want the advanced method, stay tuned. That was the first tip. Now you know that by mixing your intensities, you can hit both fat breaking and fat burning, at least at a basic but consistent level. Now the second tip is all about oxygen. When you hit the second part of your training, that's fat burning, you rely on oxygen to drive an efficient conversion of fat in the form of free fatty acids into energy, in the form of working hard and sweating. The second tip today is to increase the oxygen in your blood about halfway through your training. As you carry on through the second half of your training, you will be building carbon dioxide, which, get that, helps you move the oxygen from your blood into the cells. So fat breaking first, then fat oxidation. Increase oxygen? Not a bad idea. How come nobody does that? It only takes like 20 seconds. A really great technique to oxygenate your blood is called the 478 toe touch. If you haven't seen it yet, and I will link to it in the description below, just search YouTube for BellyProof lower back pain. It's on a different subject, but if you go to 4 minutes and 35 seconds on the timeline, I show you exactly how to do it, and it's super easy to learn. So now you're mixing your intensities and strategically increasing oxygen. Let's talk about the third tip, the Lion Protocol, or low insulin optimized nutrition. Do you know that sound your stomach makes when you're hungry? Like, have you ever woke up in the morning hungry and thought, I need food because food gives me energy, and without it, how am I expected to train hard? And yet, at the same time, somewhere in Africa, a lion wakes up in the morning very confused.
Wait, where is my breakfast? Or at least a fridge with some eggs and milk and vegetables? I'm going to write a letter.
So they do what lions do, and they go and hunt. And guess what? Hunting is intense physical exercise, probably more intense than your 30 minutes sweat marathon on treadmill. Yes, it's spelled with a D. How do they have the energy to fight or flight, the adrenaline they need, if they don't have breakfast? Isn't breakfast the most important meal of the day? So what's the tip? You're a unicorn. Sorry, you're a lion. Act accordingly. Insulin is antagonistic to both adrenaline and growth hormone. That means the only thing you should have before training to lose weight is water, sodium, and if you're serious, caffeine. As soon as you add a sugar or a 0-calorie sweetener or milk or cream, as soon as you have a protein shake or a blueberry watermelon flavored pre-workout, as soon as you have a meal before training, you are effectively tampering with your fight or flight response. If you're serious about losing weight, go to train hungry, ideally first thing in the morning, working with your fight or flight response, not tampering with it. Yes, your energy might suffer a little bit at the beginning of the workout, especially if you're used to training on sugar. But like the lion, your energy should pick up once your adrenaline kicks in. Now look, those are 3 basic weight loss tips most of us aren't taking seriously. Mixing your intensities, oxygenating your blood, and not spiking insulin before training. Super easy, you can start doing all 3 today, regardless of how you train, how many calories you eat, etc. If you want more advanced tips, I want to show you where you can find them, so pay attention. First of all, go to my website, bellyproof.com. It's a fantastic resource. When you go there, click on the Learn More menu and start with the detailed lion technique. Don't just click on the before and after weight loss pictures and spend your day on that. Read. Second, and I can't stress it enough, you want to become a subscriber. Why do you need to become one? Because otherwise you're missing on some great content. Also, it's free. You just click on the subscribe button. While you do that, for my own research, I'd love it if you leave me a comment below and tell me if you've always had breakfast and whether you've ever considered skipping it and the amazing benefits it can have in terms of weight loss. That would be genuinely nice to hear from you, and you can write it down at the comments below. Lastly, if you haven't already, take a few minutes and watch my BellyProof experiment and the in-depth science behind it. It's really worth seeing how it's done. Hey, thanks for joining me. Be kind to others. Stop using plastic. Have a great day. I'll see you soon.